Have you noticed, the harder you try to be happy, the less happy you become? You aim for happiness like a target. You pull back the bowstring with all your strength, but the arrow never lands. It's as if happiness runs away the moment you start chasing it. Strange, isn't it? This is known as the happiness trap, the silent paradox that affects nearly everyone, yet most never realize it. Look around. Bookshelves are filled with guides on how to be happy. Social media feeds are flooded with perfect moments. Advertisements whisper, buy this, become this, own this, and you will be happy. And so we chase, frantically, desperately. But like trying to hold water with clenched fists, the tighter we grip, the faster it slips away. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, Stoic philosopher, and man surrounded by power and privilege, understood this deeply. He didn't chase happiness. He didn't even trust it. Because he knew happiness is not found where we usually look. It is not hidden in the next achievement. It's not waiting behind some door labeled success. It cannot be bargained for or purchased. Consider this. The more you crave happiness, the more you remind yourself that you don't have it. Every desperate step to secure it makes its absence louder. Every anxious thought, am I happy yet? Why am I still not satisfied? Is a reminder of emptiness. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the unimaginable horrors of a concentration camp, said something most people miss their entire lives. Happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue. In other words, happiness arrives when you are no longer looking for it. The Stoics and Taoists both saw this. Taoism called it wu wei, effortless action. Stoicism called it acceptance of fate, amor fati. But they both pointed to the same thing. When you stop trying to control happiness, you open the door for it to quietly enter. We suffer because we turn happiness into a contract. We say, I will be happy when I am successful, when they love me, when everything finally makes sense. But this contract is written in disappearing ink. The goalpost always moves. The reward is always just out of reach. And when we don't meet these conditions, misery, resentment, emptiness, the paradox is simple. You don't suffer because you lack happiness. You suffer because you expect it. Marcus Aurelius didn't expect happiness. He accepted reality, both its beauty and its brutality. And through that acceptance, he found peace. He said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Happiness is not earned by conquering the world, but by surrendering to the fact that you were never meant to conquer it. Think about it. Happiness is not a prize for good behavior. It is a byproduct of living fully. It happens when you engage in what matters without constantly asking, will this make me happy? When you are fully absorbed in a task, when you give without expectation, when you love without fear, happiness arrives, quietly, uninvited. The Stoics didn't deny emotion. They didn't walk through life cold and detached. They simply refused to be ruled by it. The true strength is not in demanding happiness, but in standing still when it doesn't come. In watching sadness visit you without letting it define you. In watching joy visit you without clinging to it when it leaves. That is real freedom. And when you finally let go of the demand, when you release the obsession, happiness returns. Not as a reward, not as a trophy, but as a quiet companion. It was never missing. You were simply looking for it. In all the wrong places. This is Denkwander. Mind first. World later.